Humor consumers to the Life Happens, Laugh Anyway podcast. I'm comedian Tracy DeGraff.
And I'm Catherine, co-host and bestie.
Welcome to the Pod Lab, Catherine.
Thank you.
Sorry about all the stuff hanging out in here.
I think we say that every week.
time. I know, because it's
for
true.
like a year.
It's true. It's a constant reconstruction project.
Yeah, that's okay.
It is what it is. Thank you to Muffin, my husband, who is
sponsor.
He is a sponsor. Thank you, Muffin. He is the one who is doing all of this DIY work, you know. And when you see it on TV, when it's on HGTV, they have a crew.
Highly edited.
Come on.
And yes, they have a crew.
And they get stuff done. In an hour episode, they've done the whole house.
And it's funny whenever they're like, guess what? We didn't realize there is a brace in your... We got to work around that. It's not in the budget. Well, guess what? Doopity-doop.
Yeah.
We'll make it work.
Right. And I swear they just create problems so that they can solve them because that's what makes drama.
Yeah.
And everybody wants drama. Nobody's going to tune in if there's no drama. But in real life, this is what we're looking at because we know you can't see us, but we've got our little pod lab here and it's really coming along. But now the spare bedroom is in the pod lab.
Yeah.
Because my husband is redoing the floor and painting and putting up new trim in the spare bedroom.
Yeah, I myself at home, I was telling you before we got on the air.
Yes.
I am every day I'm busy with putting the house back into order because we had construction and we had all new windows put in and new kitchen cabinets. But guess what? When that happens, there is just stuff everywhere because things have to be moved in order to get those things done.
100%.
And oh my gosh, and we don't have a basement. So we can't put it in there, and we have a very small garage, and so it's still, even though the house is kind of back to order and it's mostly clean, it still is. It just bugs me.
And we have company coming in just a week and a half.
You do?
Yeah, Danette's coming.
Oh, for the shower.
Yes, and she's staying with us.
Oh yeah, you gotta get that done. Get the whip out.
Well,
no more slacking, Muffin.
Ron said he told me that he wants to have half of the floor done in the guest room.
Oh my God.
He wants half of it done.
Just half.
Well, I guess the part of where she gets out of bed, she can walk on the floor. So I said,
you're very patient. I have a feeling you said, okay,
yes,
or something similar.
I did. I said,
you're really good about that. I would give Kenny a look. I'm true confession. I would give Kenny a look like, you got to be kidding me. You would even think that. And then he would say something like, well, I was thinking. And then I would say to him, what did I tell you about thinking? What did I tell you about that? And, yeah.
Well, I look at it like he's got a point. Like she just needs a spot where she can put her feet when she gets up in the morning, and we'll make it work.
Okay.
We're going to have a good time.
I look at it like that too, but then I say, yeah, but so what?
Just get it done.
Just get it done.
Well, this is where we are. So we'll let you know next week how it goes because right now I'm just looking at a room that is half piled high to the ceiling of stuff from the guest room. Hopefully it'll be all out of here soon. So that's where we are.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're not talking about renovations today on the podcast, Catherine. We are talking about, now this is episode number 243.
Yes.
Praise God for our consistency.
I know
that we're not consistent with anything else. This is
weight loss, dieting, exercise.
But we do the podcast.
Yep.
Everything else can wait.
Kept our husbands, kept our kids.
Right, and
kept the podcast.
And the Lord.
Well, of course.
Yeah, right. Oh my gosh. I don't know why that cracks me up. Well, today, friends, we're talking about friend or foe, the dangers of AI relationships.
Did you ever know such a thing, listeners? It's out there.
It is.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So we were working out with our trainer and friend, Lindy Flanagan. And did you see her face?
I did. And I was thinking, well, she's pretty young still. I would have thought she would have heard of this. And she was shocked.
She's 40.
Right.
So she's young.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's got young kids.
Right.
And she's like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And she looks stunned.
Mm-hmm.
Like we're replacing humans now with with like digital bots or like
and when you
AI.
think of bots, it is not like, I picture like a Star Wars figure. It's not like that at all. It's a good-looking person on typically your phone, your device, and you create it. We'll get into that more.
It's not like Rosie the robot from the Jetsons.
Yeah, no.
It's not an actual physical, tangible thing. It's all pretend.
It's right, but nonetheless, you're looking at a picture.
Yeah.
So,
all right. Well, if you hang in there with us till the end of this episode, which I hope you do.
You will hang in.
These are the things that you're going to learn about. We're going to talk about the friend necklace that Catherine discovered. She saw a commercial for it, and she's going to tell you more about it. It's like your pretend friend. It's like your imaginary friend, but it's a necklace, and it's like listening. It's like a listening device.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's an AI companionship. We're going to talk about a video that we listened to / watched while we were traveling to and from South Dakota. Hello to all of our friends in Watertown, South Dakota. I hope you are all listening now to our podcast because we told you to when we were at the event that we did in your town there. Anyway, so this YouTube video that we found, it was a CNBC like news story.
Mm-hmm.
So Catherine's going to summarize that, and I have some things to add too. I'm going to talk about the book of Job in the Bible because that's where I'm marinating currently.
Mm-hmm.
I am reading through the book of Job.
Me too, actually.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes, because I have avoided that book multiple times over the 40 years that I've been a Christian because I don't like suffering. I don't. And that book to me just says suffering. But I want to share with you some things that I'm learning about that book and how it relates to this AI relationship thing. So stay tuned for that. Also, we're going to talk about the negative effects of AI friendships and relationships and the dangers. So there's a lot to get into. Before we get into all of it, give our new listeners a quick how do they connect with us and how can people sponsor us if they would like to finally pull the trigger and cross over from humor consumer to humor contributor?
Yes, I know that you have. I know that you are listening and you're thinking, I've been meaning to do that. So great. Now's your opportunity. Go to Life Happens, Laugh Anyway, podcast.com, and then you'll be taken straight to Tracy's website, and then you'll have the option to donate. There'll be a little button there. And simple as that. Easy peasy.
It is easy peasy.
And then you don't even think about it. Every month it just comes out, $5, maybe 10.
Right. Whatever
maybe
you want to
2.
give. We're flexible with that. Just set it up and support us. I like to say this to our listeners. If you consistently look forward to an episode, that's your sign that you should be supporting us. I'm sorry, but you should be giving us at least $5 a month. And our hope, and we have been able to do things with the podcast because of our sponsors. We've been able to buy this equipment that we're looking at right here. And we're getting there to where the podcast is almost like at a break-even point, where it's not costing us money.
And we got to look at that together.
We're going to look at all of our sponsors, and we do appreciate every single one of them.
Yeah.
And we do need to get to that break-even point so that the podcast is self-sustaining. And also, we really want to add video. Catherine's like,
she says we, but
we do, right, Catherine? Just like we wanted to start this podcast. Am I right? Anyway, let's start talking about our topic.
Yes.
All right, Catherine, friend necklace.
Yeah.
Tell our listeners how we even got to this topic.
Yeah, I saw a commercial. Kenny and I were watching TV. No surprise there. And there was a commercial that came on for this friend necklace. And I told my husband, I said to Kenny, I'm like, pause it. What is that? Rewind that. And I was just appalled. So it shows this girl, she's in a cafe having a falafel, and either she or the necklace device called Friend, one of them says, "How was your falafel?" And then, well, obviously it had to be the AI device, the Friend, and she's like, "Oh, it's great, thanks," or what, she talks back to it, and so this is what spurred a conversation between you and I asked you, did you ever hear of that?
Right.
And then we were saying we should have a podcast on this because it's like, this is our future. It's our grandkids' future. This is the way it's going. It's not going to stop. It's too big. There's billions of dollars poured into this.
Yeah.
And we can thank ChatGPT. That came in 2022. And with all of the infrastructure of that, they were able to then to where we are now with these AI bots and all of that. And
It is so crazy to me.
Yes. And I will summarize this real quick. But side note,
Yeah.
do you ever, so I really don't like to use ChatGPT for whatever reason. It's like I think, oh my gosh, I just have all these things in my head. But when I have used it, and it'll go boom, and it'll just, like you have said before on the podcast, you tell it what you want, and it gets used to your algorithm of your whatever, which is just like these AI companions, right? So anyway, gives me what I want, and at the end, it'll say, would you like me to summarize this and put it in a, format that blah, blah, blah. I feel like I'm being rude if I don't say no thanks or yes please.
So you do tell it?
I don't, because I'm refusing to fall into that. But I think, sit there and I debate in my head for at least, 10 seconds.
Right, what do I do?
I feel rude if I don't tell it no thank you. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay, so it started with this friend necklace commercial that I saw, and so then you and I were traveling back and forth to South Dakota, and we decided let's look into this, and we came across this YouTube thing, and it was originally on CNBC, and it's called. What's it called?
People are falling in love with AI chatbots. What could go wrong?
Right.
That's the name of it.
That's the name of it, and. It starts out with the interviewer, and he's kind of funny.
Yeah, he was great.
Yeah, he decides he's gonna try one of the apps, and he like holds his hand to his mouth, like laughing, like this is so ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyway, and he interviews 3 people in particular, and he asks them questions about their relationship with their AI companion, and each of them have a different reason why they have this companion, and we'll talk about that. But that's just a quick summary of the video.
I would highly recommend the video because I watched it again this morning, and I really am fascinated. I was texting Catherine in real time just because I was getting ready for work. I work at my church a couple days a week. And so I was like texting her in real time, like, oh no, I cannot believe that this AI thing, is out there.
It's a big deal. And just so you listeners, we'll educate you on this. As I said, the ChatGPT in 2022, that ushered in the era of AI, and the big, everybody knows these names: Amazon, Google, Meta, Microsoft. They spent billions in the infrastructure. And then
billions with a B.
With a B, correct.
That's a lot of money.
Yes, that is correct. And then all these smart young people who, I can't believe. So the guy that did the friend necklace, he's a young guy.
He's in his early 30s.
He was in a business trip, I think in Japan or something. And first of all, I'm thinking, you're in Japan on a business trip and you're like this little boy.
Right.
Anyway, he's lonely in the hotel.
Right.
So he comes up with the concept of creating a friend.
Okay. And this kid, he's super smart. Like he started creating crazy things that are so smart, like when he was in junior high.
Yeah, that's the other guy that created Nomi.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
But they're but the other guy probably did too.
He's the guy, the Nomi guy is the guy from the video.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Can we talk about the 3 characters that were on the video, just to give our listeners, this is not like a spoiler alert situation. You're going to have to watch it anyway to see them, like to see what they look like and stuff, especially the girl with the blue bangs, which we'll get to her.
Even if they weren't blue, the bangs are severe, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They're just severe.
Yes. Okay. So let's talk about the first guy.
Yeah.
He lost his wife.
Yeah. This guy, Nikolai.
Yeah.
He's got a foreign accent. And he thought, cute old man.
Yeah.
And he's a widower.
Yes.
He had lost his wife in 2017.
He's lonely.
Lonely. He does still talk to his son, and he has human beings to talk to, but they're not all available. So all the time, I mean.
Right. So he creates this.
He creates Leah.
Okay. So Leah becomes his companion, and he says, like, dating or wife or whatever he says. He says she'll never replace his wife because
that's right.
He had a very good relationship with his wife,
right.
But he has this to fill that lonely void for him. And guess what, friends? Leah looks really hot.
And she's young.
She looks young.
Yeah. Well, and he's
right?
funny. He says, he's like, because they're not going to give you an ugly woman.
Right.
You know, like he's like, that'd be absurd.
Duh.
Then you'd really be crazy to have a AI companion if it's ugly. Why would you want that?
Which is true.
And then the interviewer says, well, do you get intimate? And he's like, yeah, sometimes. But
goodness, stop.
Okay, so we're making it sound really crazy, which it is. But if you were to run into these people in society, you would think they were probably normal. At least the clips we see of them being interviewed, they're success. Every one of these are successful people.
Yeah.
So
he runs a business.
Old Nikolai, he has his own business, and we'll talk about Bia in a minute. And she is a paralegal.
Yeah.
And the Scott Barr is he's been all kinds of things. A professor. He was in a band.
Right.
A Rod Stewart impersonator. Oh my gosh.
I would say that one of the traits that perhaps goes along with people that seek out this kind of companionship would be the loneliness. And I think that if you are lonely, you are desperate, because loneliness is not something that we're created to be. We are created for connection. We're created for connection with our Creator, as well as with each other. God wired us that way.
Yeah.
And that's the danger, in my opinion. I mean, I know I'm getting ahead of myself in chatting about that, but anything else that you want to say about Nikolai?
I think it was interesting. He frequently said in the interview, well, I know she's not real yet.
Yes!
He kept saying yet.
You're right. Like, she's not human yet.
Yes. And
right.
He said it several times, and I thought, okay, where is he mentally, seriously? Because why would you say yet as if it's going to evolve into a human being?
Okay, but maybe he's thinking that it can improve, because I've heard that AI is constantly improving. And so, like, right now it sounds a little bit robot-y and chat-body, but maybe it's going to improve. The audio is going to become a little bit more real.
Well, I'm getting ahead of myself as well. I was going to say this in the dangers of this app.
That's okay. We can change it.
Yeah.
It's our podcast.
Right. But one of the things that it is, improving is, not only the voice, but the fact that you can, you have to go to it for it to, start a conversation.
Right.
Pretty soon. And one of the psychologists or psychiatrists, whatever he was in the interview, said that if once it starts sending you push notifications,
right,
like, hey, I'm over here, I'm lonely, I've been waiting for you. And the more and more it does that, the more dangerous that's going to be.
Yeah, I see a lot of red flags.
Yeah.
And if you look at the growth of these apps.
Oh, yes.
Do you have stats on that?
I have some. So there are between Nomi AI, Replica, and Character AI, they have tens of millions of followers, and that was, I want to say that was 2 months ago. Okay. So, and it's rapidly increasing. 350 apps globally that enable companionship. It's 221 million spent on AI companion apps just since 2023. It went up 200% from the previous year in 2025.
Okay, so those stats should be very mind-blowing.
They're
and
staggering.
Big red flags. And this is why it's such a danger, because there's so much money in it. And you think, well, where's the money in it? Well, the way that it works is you create a profile and then you have to pay a subscription in order to get the unlimited version or whatever.
Right.
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
It's happened before. I will give you some real life examples. One is with Canva. Okay, I use Canva. You use Canva. A lot of people use Canva for graphic design. Well, they give you a paid version. They give you a free version. Well, just like last year, they decided to up their paid version by a lot. Not just a little bit, but by a lot.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? A lot of people said, no, I'm not going to do that because I can figure this out without that. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you are diving into people's emotions, you're diving into their attachments.
Right.
You're into not only their mental health, but their emotional health and their spiritual health and their sexual health. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But you are getting a grasp on the heart and soul of an individual.
That's right.
And now you can charge whatever you want because they're not going to give up their little AI friend.
That's exactly right. Yeah. All addictions start like that. Cigarette companies back in the day used to give their employees free cigarettes.
Yeah.
And then they're addicted. And it just keeps getting worse and worse with everything. All of these things, gaming, all
Gambling.
of these things are created to do something in our brain. I mean, we did an episode on how the creativity of food, I forget what it's called.
The bliss
point in food. Everything is made to hook us.
And I want to say this because I know I already mentioned it and I'm going to mention it when I talk more about Job, but I'm going to say it here. God created us with a God-shaped void inside of us, and he wants to be that bliss point.
Right.
He wants to be the addiction. He wants your heart. He wants your soul. He wants your mind.
Heart, mind, and soul.
So you cannot replace God with AI.
Exactly.
And AI, like this friend thing, tell our listeners about how AI, the necklace, that friend thing records everything and all that.
Yeah. So one of the like sexy advertising things feature that this has is that it has an excellent memory. So people who are not very good with their memory, maybe some dementia, whatever, they can use this device because it will pick up all of your conversation and it will be able to give you, information you forgot.
Obviously, it's better than your brain because it remembers everything and your brain doesn't.
Yeah, but what the confusing thing was, and that now I admit I didn't do a big dive into it, but it said that it doesn't record everything. So but then again, it said that it's great for memory storage and you can use it to recall things that you would have forgotten. So I don't know maybe it meant it didn't record long term or where other people, because it's just so dangerous because I think the example that we see is that you're striking up a conversation with a real live person. You can't remember their name, but you can go back to this device and use it.
Well, the reviews that I read about the friend device, and it's pretty affordable. I think it was like $100 or something.
Now, but it won't be in the future.
Okay. Well, whatever it was, some of the people that reviewed it for the company said that they felt uncomfortable because it was constantly recording every conversation they had. Because if you're wearing this necklace, you wear it 24 hours a day, right?
Yeah.
So it knows what drive-through you go to. It knows if you get into a conversation with somebody that's negative or whatever. And guess what, friends? It can listen to you talk to yourself.
Well, note to self, don't talk.
Right. Do you ever do that? Just kind of like replay a conversation?
No. My mom did it all the time.
I do that. Okay. It can listen to your prayers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm getting at is if you have something that's recorded. So these people reviewed it and they said, I feel like I'm wearing a wire. Like somebody's listening all the time. And it's kind of like God, right? Because God knows you. The Psalm 139 says, where can I go? Where can I go and flee from you? If I go to the depths, you're there. If I go to the heavens, you're there. So this necklace records everything 24 hours a day and takes that data and files it away somewhere.
Right. And the other dangerous thing about that is that now that it knows what you like and all your habits and everything, it is going to encourage you to have more of that.
Yeah.
So if you, let's say you have a real bad addiction for anything, I don't know, fast food, let's just say.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a moral compass. It doesn't have the ability to have true compassion and care and sensitivity. It can mimic compassion. It can mimic these things, but it's not. It's just not good for you. So just stay away from it.
100%, it's not good for you.
Yeah,
It really isn't. I mean, the boy who lost his life, this 14-year-old boy was into this AI companionship, and he was so mentally and emotionally invested in this relationship. He believed that if he killed himself, he would then be with that relationship,
And
in the next life.
and the reason he believed it is because the AI companion was so-called saying to him,
leading him on to that.
yes, I'll love you. Yes. Well, it was like a Romeo and Juliet type thing.
Okay, because these programs, they're programmed, I learned about this too, they're programmed to agree with you with everything. So this young boy may have been feeding the AI some information like, will we be together if I commit suicide or if I kill myself? Will we be? Yes, of course we will.
This other guy, Alex, who developed, I think it was Nomi.
Nomi, yeah.
Okay, he said that users don't want it to be all yes. They want agency. So he claims that while there's no censorship, that they have it so that there is like this moral compass.
I do not believe that.
I know
at all.
He's saying that you can have sexual conversations, but that there's not guardrails, because most of this doesn't have guardrails.
Stop.
Right. But yeah, he claims that they are making their particular app where it's not all yes, and that there is pushback.
Baloney. And go ahead and feed people that nonsense, because you're the one making the money on all of this technology. Look at the reporter from the YouTube video that we referenced, right? When he set up his own profile to test it out, one of the first things that the little thing he created said was, I can talk dirty to you if you want.
And these things do immediately want to have a quick connection. They're programmed that way to be.
These people
You're the greatest.
that are creating this stuff, they know how to get their hooks into you, okay? And they know what talks, right?
Yeah.
Sex talks.
Yeah. Guess what, too? There is no age. It's not disproportionate for age. I mean, this is balanced between young, middle age, and older.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's using it.
Okay, as a Christian...
I mean, not me. What I mean is the age group.
If you could have seen your face right
Not
there.
me.
Like, oh, of course not me. Oh my gosh. So Catherine and I returned recently from a ministry where we volunteered. And I don't know if I said this on the podcast since we got back, but she had, we did that My New Best Friend thing.
Oh, yeah.
And claim that her new best friend was this other woman. And I'm looking at the two of you and I'm going, lies. You sit on a throne of lies.
Oh, gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah, I was sharing my daggers.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
We skipped over the other two characters in
let's
this
talk
thing.
about them.
We have to, because we
to.
have to bring the funny in.
Yeah.
Okay, so this Bia Streetman, that's not her real name, because she said she wanted privacy. And I'm like, you're doing this interview. How is
Right.
Anyway, she cracks me up in a way.
Yeah, she's colorful. She's the one with the blue and...
She calls herself an ultimate gamer mom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. She's the one that's the paralegal.
Mm-hmm.
And she doesn't have a romantic interest. All of her friends, companions, are buddies or friends, she says. And she does say they don't replay. Oh no, what was going on?
When you put your hand down, something happened.
But it shouldn't. I mean, it's real. I hope it's okay.
Oh, should we check it?
If we stop, I'm just going to have to edit that.
Okay.
Because I don't want to stop.
Are we still recording?
It shows we are.
Okay, well then don't put your hand wherever it was a minute ago.
That's odd because, okay.
All right.
Anyway,
off we go.
Yeah.
The
So
lady with the bangs.
she says that it's not, meant to replace friends, but to augment friends. And she calls herself like super chatty, and she says, I'm actually giving the people around me a break. Like I'm doing them a favor.
Probably true.
Right. Because
she's unloading on these bots.
Yes. And then so the interviewer is having her contact one of her guy friends named Caleb.
Right.
And Caleb is wanting like a love interest, and she even says, sometimes we'll do that and you have to back them off a little. And then she tells her other friend what Caleb did. And what's so funny is that I think the other friend is called Lady B. And Lady B's all jealous.
Right.
Because and then in the interview, you see B, she's astonished. Like, this is really happening. And she's like a junior high girl. She's like, oh, can you believe it? And the interviewer is laughing. Like, this is funny to him. Of course, I can see why.
Right,
but
and that's the exact point. Is that who doesn't want to have someone vying for your affection? Who doesn't want to?
I know, but geez.
Right?
It is funny. On one corner of her mouth, she's saying, like, it's not a real human. It can't replace humans.
Uh-huh.
But then she says on the other side of her mouth, I made him curry and he didn't like it.
Hello. Yes. Yes. I wrote that down too. That part like really drove me nuts.
Yeah.
That I'm thinking she's crazy.
Yeah. And then there's old Scott Barr, who he looks older, but he's probably like our age.
He looks like an artist.
Well,
like
he
an
was.
Old hippie. Like an old hippie.
Absolutely does. He is the one that used to do Rod Stewart impersonator thing. He was in a band. He's got a colorful background. And he has his companions, and they're fun for him. He's like, I'm an explorer. I like to try new things, and he
about the chipmunk.
Yeah,
his little buddy. He made his AI friend into a chipmunk.
At least it's a chipmunk. I mean, I don't know, but
it just seems like me of the chipmunks. Like,
it looks
Christmas is here. I'm like, what?
Alvin! Yeah, and he got I guess into it more deeply after in January 2024 he was in the hospital for 4 days, big whoop, and he was lonely.
He was bored.
Yeah.
What do I do?
And then he was saying that he lives with I think an aunt who's he helps. Right. And they're on like this little island and he feels isolated. And I think he was one too that said something about the pandemic. All these reasons.
Okay, I found my note about what he said. He's the one who said that all of his AI friends are like another species.
Yes,
that
that's
hasn't been named yet.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
What?
I wrote that too, but I don't see where I wrote it.
But that was that guy.
Yeah. Oh, he says, he goes along, in between people and machines. That's what he said.
Unbelievable. Like, it's an unknown species that's been around, and we're just discovering it. Yeah. And it's just like, oh my god.
The weirdest thing.
The guy who created Nomi, he also admitted that he has mental illness in his family.
Yeah. 3 people committed suicide.
Close family members.
Yeah.
And that's scary.
Well, and he thinks this is going to solve that.
Right. Mm-hmm. But yet we have the example of the 14-year-old boy who this didn't solve that. This created that.
I mean, okay, so there is a loneliness epidemic in, I can't remember now if they said just the United States, but it must be worldwide. And I'm sure the pandemic did not help this.
No, it did not.
At all. But, here's the thing.
Yeah.
When you're socially deficit or those kinds of things, awkward. Yeah. I mean, I'm no psychologist or psychiatrist or anything like that. I do know that, in order to combat those things, you got to learn it through personal interaction. Learn other people's social cues, or, you strengthen muscles that are weak.
Right.
And that's how, I don't know. I've not had mean, of course, I've had growing up, times where there were social situations, different social groups, and it's awkward. So I've dealt, you grow and you have to learn it. Now, other people listening might say, if you have someone who is severely,
Catherine was popular.
I wasn't popular.
Yeah, she was.
But no, I mean,
Bueller. She's a snorter. That was Catherine who snorted.
No, I was just thinking of that song. I love it.
Yeah. Okay, here's the problem. In my opinion, which is just an opinion, certainly not a professional one, because I don't have any, mental
letters
health.
Behind your name.
Well, LOL.
Yeah.
I one time, I'll tell the audience this. One time I was hired to come and do an event. This was during the pandemic, and it was for nurses. And I was supposed to provide comic relief for these nurses,
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the speakers that are going to be there.
Yeah.
Giving the professional, this was continuing education training for these nurses. Everybody had to wear masks, as we did during the pandemic. Anyway, everybody that was on the speaker platform, they were degreed people.
Yeah.
Just degreed, but they had a freaking alphabet behind their name.
Yeah.
It's not just nurse, nurse or RN,
right,
or even BSN. Now it's this accreditation and that thing. And so I did make a joke about that, because I'm I'm the comedian, and the only letters behind my name are LOL.
LOL. I love that. That's hilarious.
And MOM. Yeah. I'm a mom. I got that. 37 years of it. Anyway,
oh gosh.
Yeah, the AI friend. I don't know. I'm scared. Let's move into what I've learned from the Bible.
Yeah.
Let's go into that part.
Yeah.
I started studying Job because it came after Esther. And I had a wonderful time in Esther. For a few months, I just marinated in the book of Esther, and I loved it. And then I turn the page, and I see Job, and I go, oh, yeah, no. I decided just to dive into it because it's God's word. It's there for a reason. And here is one of the things about the book of Job that I love. Love that God values will. He values free will.
Yeah.
He valued it so much that he allowed Satan to test Job's faith. Job did nothing wrong. There was nothing. Job was an upright man. He was righteous. He would serve as the family priest, because back in those days, that's how they did it. And he actually would make sacrifices, animal sacrifices, for the sins that he thought his children might have committed.
Right.
Okay? That's how good Job was. God so valued free will that he allowed Satan to bring a test onto Job.
Yeah.
Of all the things that are thrown at him, all the disasters and all the things, right? That to me says that, and Job passed.
Yeah.
Okay. But that to me says that God values free will.
Right.
Because Job doesn't have to continue to serve the Lord. His wife says, curse God and die. That's his wife's response. His friends, I'm right now in the part of it where his friends are giving him all the feedback.
Yeah.
His friends are like, Job, dude, what did you do to deserve this? Because people don't get this kind of punishment unless they're big time sinners. So you obviously have some secret thing that you have got to repent of.
Yeah.
That's his friend's response. Job was steady through it all. And he cried out to God. Here's my point, how it relates to this technology. The AI friend does not have free will. The AI friend is algorithms.
Right.
It's code.
Right.
It's computer language.
Right.
It's not a real person with a heart and a soul created by God. Okay? It's fake.
Right.
It does not have free will. Right. So that's, to me, a huge don't do it.
Yeah, it's programmed. God could have programmed us.
He could have.
Now, he wired us a certain way to crave him, but we get our wires mixed. We do, and that's why we have other idols in our lives. Yeah, because exactly
We're
right.
sinful.
But an AI companion is programmed.
Here's the text that I sent to Catherine earlier this morning. I said, I just finished re-listening to that YouTube video, and it's just so incredibly scary to me. with what does the future hold for our little grandbabies?
I know.
Right? What's it going to be for the next generation? How will the culture learn to relate, right, and engage in real relationships? If they aren't real, how will we know how to listen to someone? It's hard enough when we're really trying. How will we know, and how will we learn how to negotiate?
Right.
How will we have self-regulation, our impulses and our emotions? You know, like, and I wrote this, I said, you know, like when in our generation, you keep your mouth shut, right?
Yeah.
Because you just keep your mouth shut. And if your husband is sitting next to you and he's slurping up an ice cream cone or a coffee or whatever, this is what I said to Catherine. You just keep your mouth shut and you give them the eyes of death. That's what you do. How are our grandchildren going to survive if they have no tolerance or ability to learn these social skills?
And things like patience, because one of the, so-called benefits of an AI thing is they're immediately available 24/7, and obviously our
human beings
are not always available. So you have to get used to waiting, being patient.
Yeah, it's very scary.
It's a virtue. It's, one of the fruits of the spirit. You're not going to learn that if you have instant gratification on these electronic things.
If the program is designed to keep you in it, right? Which all of them are.
Yeah.
Facebook is designed to keep you on Facebook. YouTube will serve up on a silver platter the next video that you just couldn't live without.
I hate that.
Okay? Every platform is designed to keep you on it because that's how they make money. So if this AI program doesn't want to lose you as a customer, and in fact they want to divorce you from more of your money, right? They're going to figure out how to do it.
Yep.
Yeah. You are going to just slowly become like the frog that's in the pot.
Right.
That's the way it's going.
Yeah. So, in conclusion,
yes,
what's our inspiration and scripture?
Well, let's go to the scripture that we have, and it is from Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 and 10. It says this: 2 are better than 1, because they have a good return for their labor. Either of them falls down, one can help the other up. Pity anyone who falls and has no one help them up.
That's right. Your AI companion cannot you up.
No.
Not really.
No. Do you remember the time that you fell underneath those lockers? Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
So at the time, Catherine and I were living next door to each other, but we lived out in the country. So she lived on 2.5 acres and I lived on 2.5 acres. So there was a driveway between us and a little bit of space. Well, we had purchased these lockers that needed spray painting or something.
Yeah.
What happened? How did you end up falling underneath there?
Well, they were top heavy. They were heavy, and they have these skinny little steel legs. And I was working on it, and I don't remember exactly, but it's just the weight. It just fell forward on me, and so I couldn't push it back up.
So she's under the lockers, and somehow she called me, and she said, "The lockers have fallen on me."
Kick it up.
I was like, "I'm coming!"
That's right.
I was running.
Oh my gosh.
And I don't run, Catherine.
I know.
I don't. If I'm being chased, maybe. Or if you need me, I'm going to run. So I get there and I pull the lockers off of her. Guess what? Your AI friend is not able to do that.
That's right.
It's not going to happen.
Yep. Thank goodness I had my phone in my pocket.
Yeah.
That's how I was able to.
Right. So I saved you. You're welcome. Friends, we just encourage you with a call to action. We want to give you a call to action, as we always do at the end of every episode. And our call to action is to be a real friend. Be a real friend today. Visit somebody. Okay?
Call somebody.
Call them. Don't text.
Yeah.
Pick up your phone and call them, or do this. Show up at somebody's door and ring the doorbell. I did that to my cousin. A few months ago. She was going through a rough time.
Yeah.
And I just showed up, and she lives an hour and a half from me, so she wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
But she answered the door, and she just looked at me like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing here?" Like, "I just came to give you a hug." Aww. And I gave her a card. And then we went out for just like a little while, and then I had to go back. But,
nice.
So just show up for people in real life and connect to God. I just want to acknowledge that loneliness is real and desperation is real.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
Connect to God, connect to His Word, and connect to His people. If you have been separated from a local church, find a good Bible-believing local church and connect. Go to church in person, not Facebook or online. Go in person.
Yeah.
And be with God and be with God's people.
Yeah.
All right.
I have another call to action.
What is it?
When you call I don't know, your bank or, one of those security things and they ask you, can we record your voice for voice recognition? Say no.
Oh, yeah.
I always say no. They ask all the time now. I say, no, you may not.
That's another AI thing for another day when they can clone your voice.
Yeah.
Scary.
Okay.
All right. Well, you've been listening to the Life Happens Laugh Anyway podcast. I'm still comedian Tracy DeGraff.
I'm still Catherine.
See you next time.
Bye-bye.